Hello, good evening, everyone. Lovely to see that you are still attending our webinars. I can see that more people are coming in, but I want to make sure that you can hear me and you can also see my screen, because we are having some difficulties tonight with the webinar. And I really want to understand how we're getting on. Okay, so we're ready to rock and roll. I'm happy that you answer all the poll, and as my colleague, just a second. Okay, so basically, give me one more minute, because I really need to understand. Okay. Just a second. Everything is blocked, and I don't understand why. Okay, now we're getting on. Now we are fine. Thank you for your patience. Wow, I can see that more people are coming. That's great. That's really, really great. Okay, let's start. Okay, so my name is Madalina Dumitras. You've seen me before, probably. I don't know how many new people there are tonight, but because okay. So for those of you, the new ones, I'm going to introduce myself. So I'm part of the SkyWay Invest Group as a private investor and also SkyWay shareholder, but also I'm an investment relation manager at Global Transnet UK, and I had experience in the past in business and communication, and I worked in the last 5 years for the Ministry of Justice in UK as a court interpreter. And this is why I want to share with you a little bit of my past history in traveling in and outside London, and how much money I spent. I think I made a calculation today. I was thinking in 5 years how much money I spent on traveling around London for my work. I think at least 20K in 5 years. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. I used to spend like 500, 600 pounds for that, and receiving back what? Bad health and stress and a lot of anxiety, and not to mention a lot of bad services, delays, cancellations, which costed me sometimes the work that I used to do, because I had to be there in court on time. And that was not that's the reality in London. That's the reality in London. And basically I want to share with you some pictures here. As you can see, up it's on the left corner is New York, but the other three pictures are being taken here have been shot here in UK, in London more precisely. And as you can see, sometimes it's a nightmare to travel around London, and this is the reality that people are facing nowadays when they have to travel in and outside London. And sometimes I'm just wondering myself, for how long, and for how long people are going to bear similar situation. It's just impossible anymore to cope with such ridiculous transportation system, very old, and which is not offering people any kind of solution. So that's why we want to talk tonight about SkyWay Technology, string technology, which is an alternative transport system, an innovative one, and more cost effective, and a solution for, I think, at least three problems that the humanity faces at the moment: high pollution, overcrowding transport systems, and also traffic jams. I will very briefly kind of actually, I'm gonna tell you another story right now, because I just remember just seeing those people like pushing one to another. Like another 2 weeks ago, I was traveling with the Piccadilly line, and I was trying to change in Finsbury Park with Victoria. So at one point, one guy tried to kind of push someone else because his bump was outside and it was trapped into the doors. So at that moment, I said, "Wow, that we are at this level where we cannot fit anymore." Not to mention that the price we are paying for this kind of transportation. So I want you to be aware and to make you aware of what SkyWay can offer, not only from the business or investment point of view, but also as a solution for the whole humanity and for our future. So let me briefly tell you who we are basically. SkyWay Invest Group. It's an educational investment portal and is also the trademark of SkyWay Systems. It's basically an educational portal where we have as a mission to empower and give people the knowledge and the right tools in order to make important decisions when it comes to investments. And we want, basically, through the right education, make sure that people are equipped with the right knowledge so that they can make wise decisions and create a profitable investment portfolios. The CEO of the SkyWay Invest Group is Andrei Havradov, and he is the general director of the SkyWay Invest Group, but also it's a author and the founder of Academy of Private Investors. It's a professional investor and business coach and multi-millionaire. And 2 years ago, Andrei Havratov met with Unitsky, and they decided to put together this idea of how can make Unitsky's dream become a reality. So he founded this Academy of Private Investors, who through this academy, its aim is to educate people about investments, as I said, but also he set up the SkyWay Invest Group as a financial arm for the SkyWay Technology, so to bring all the funds necessary to build and to implement this technology. Okay, technological, let's talk about this genius, which I totally admire, and I hope that in July, when I'm going to go to Minsk, I'm going to meet him for the first time personally. His name is Anatoly Eduardovich Initsky, and he's the general designer and the man behind the SkyWay string technology. He's the one who invented this technology. He's the one who had the idea to optimize the future transportation system and to instead of building a new road, to basically elevate the trains above the ground so that he can give an alternative solution in future transportation. When he thought about this idea like 40 years ago, the reality, I mean, it was not possible at that time. It was not relevant because most of the people were living in the countryside. It wasn't the reality to kind of, the reality wasn't that bad as it is today. But however, his genius mind, like, kind of somehow predicted how the future transportation is going to be. And he worked so hard to achieve numerous awards and certificates and diplomas for this invention, and not only because he's been recognized by the United Nations. Actually, he got 2 grants of the United Nations for developing this technology, and that's, to be honest, we have United Nations certificates. That tells a lot about the reputation of a person, such as Unitsky or any other person who got certificates from the United Nations. So it's a very valuable person and very reputable, and his idea is now becoming a reality. So I want you to watch a video so that you can understand more about the links and the connection between Unitsky, Andrei Havrado, and the SkyWay Invest Group. I want you to kind of, it's like a sum up of our trademark, and because at the moment we are trying also to build a brand for SkyWay, and I want people to understand what we're doing here and what's the relationship between the Avradov and Unitsky. So let me see how we can.
Left to the point of turn. When the death of our civilization becomes inevitable. Our salvation is in moving the world industry out of the biosphere. From an idea to its realization. Anatoly Unitsky, the chief designer of Strange Technologies, has addressed to people to support his invention.
Oh. Guys, I think we are having internet connection problem. Probably it's because of the wind. Let's see if I can play it again. I don't know, what can I say? I can't go against Mother Nature. Tonight it created lots of troubles to everyone. Even my boyfriend is stuck in traffic and somewhere in the Grace area. So I don't know when he's gonna come back home. I think the wind, if it's not the wind, is the snow. If it's not the snow, is the rain. There's always a problem. But let's not find excuses, but solutions. Let me see if I can play this video one more time. Strange because the connection is on, and let me see. Yeah, let me play one more time. Let me switch off this. And where is my presentation also? Okay. Sorry about that.
To the point of no return.
Let's see if now it works.
When the death of our civilization becomes inevitable. Our salvation is in moving the world industry out of the biosphere. From an idea to its realization. Anatoly Yanitsky, the chief designer of String Technologies, has addressed to people to support his invention.
Yeah.
Left to the point of importance of string transport implementation for the whole humanity. Andrei Havratov, professional investor, has assessed string transport perspective and decided to help and scientists to its implementation. A decision to start investment fund SkyWay Invest Group has made to make technology popular and to implement it. Fruitful cooperation started this way. The event has approached us to the moment when we live in eco-friendly cities, travel fast and safe, and the next stage will move harmful industry out of space, out of the earth. It is, my friends, the best opportunity in 100 years. This chance is given you once in a lifetime. The internet has blown up with string trainings and international telebridges. The protocol of dozens of thousand kilometers in Russia, Ukraine, has been signed. SkyWay Invest Group forums become a good tradition, involving more and more like-minded people. The idea is close to everybody. Another victim. The contracts worth of $70 billion have been signed. So the construction of the century has begun. SkyWay Invest Group plays an important role in eco-technopark financing, which is at the center of the saving SkyWay Technology. All who are not indifferent to the planet's future has met at the naval opening of SkyWay 0 kilometer. SWIG is one of the main sponsors of the event. Thousands of people from different countries get to know about 100 years opportunity. How it is important to be at the right place at the right time. The time has come. Everybody is full of pride of being part of the global project. Touch the history. Become a part of history together with us. SWIG goes on breaking new records. The income has been growing in the 2016 united to stand. So go ahead to the new top. All cities are online at the same time at the major international transport fair at Innotrans in Berlin. When the volume stock has been provided, it was a real sensation. SkyWay is walking on a planet. We're building the future for us and our children. Our future is in our hands. Welcome to our friendly society, SkyWay Invest Group.
Wow, that's really, really powerful. I really love this video because it summarizes exactly the relationship between the two guys, the two important people, important people who are bringing this idea into light, and how did we manage to achieve so many things so far? I mean, we have really achieved so much up until now, and we are still at the beginning. We still have lots of work to do, and at the same time, I know that there's no way back. We did it basically through crowdfunding. So what we did so far, we did through people's support, because this is a people's project. And the idea came from Yanitsky when he realized that he wants to give people the opportunity to become co-owners of such an extraordinary technology. He came up with this idea of like asking people support, because on numerous occasions, he had very big investors who wanted to kind of put all the money down for what he needed to do, but in order to bring this dream to its realization. But what they wanted, the big investor wanted a big chunk of the company, and he was not ready to give up. He was not ready to give up his baby. He's been working on this project for almost 40 years now, and he said, okay, I'm not gonna go to the banks, I'm not gonna go to the investors, I'm gonna go and ask for people's support, because it's people's project, and I want them to give them I want to give them a chance to become part of this project. And this is how we managed to raise so far $22 million, only with your help and with your support, like people like me, like who believe in this project 100%. And to be honest, I'm gonna tell you something. I sometimes at the beginning I was very skeptical about the project, and I had very huge doubts about it, you know, when it was initially presented to me. But last Saturday, I realized that I'm not 100% convinced about it, but I'm more than that. I'm 200% convinced that I'm at the right time and at the right place and with the right company. And it is because last year I was looking for like kind of another opportunity to get to the next level of my life. And I was offered, you know, a job in a different industry than court interpreting, but the company and the person who offered me the job didn't deliver, and I was very disappointed. So I kind of was looking around for other opportunities, but I was not seeing, you know, SkyWay as a big opportunity at that time. I was not seeing it. It was in front of me and I was not seeing it. And to be honest, okay, on Saturday, I met again that person who in September last year offered me the job, and he asked me, what are you doing now? And I showed him what I'm doing, and he said, wow, that's a better place than that you are in a better place than you would have been if you would have come to work for me. And I said, yes, definitely. And I said to him, remember that when the answer is no, there is always a better yes. And for me, Skyway, it was the biggest yes of my life. And I'm sharing all this with you because I want you guys to realize how important this project is, and for all of us, not only from the investment or business point of view, but for many points of view, like also for the humanity, for our children, for our grandchildren. So enough. I'm gonna tell you basically. I want to actually show you this picture because through crowdfunding we managed to bring this dream to reality. If before it was a picture, now it became reality. As you can see, there is on the left hand side there is the picture, which is not far from what we have in reality. And actually this little baby has been launched last year in September at the Trans exhibition together with the Unibus, and it was a major success. And also we have the production facility, and we what we have here, it's real now. It's not a picture or a Photoshop or a design anymore. And this is like, again, thanks to you guys. We are in a very important stage at the moment. It's stage number 8 from our development process, and is the demonstration and certification stage. This is very important because once we achieve certification, nothing will stop us basically to sell the technology and to adopt it and implement it in the country that already expressed interest so far, and we have signed agreements with these countries. Before going to the IPO, I mean, we have to kind of go through all these 15 development stages, and the IPO, it's one of the major goals of the company. When our shares we're gonna receive a better value in terms of money. So yeah, at the moment we're stage 8, but very soon on the 10th of March we're gonna jump to stage number 9, and hopefully because now we are having the first contract signed with India, and this is one of the biggest news that we received last week. We hoping that by summer in July we're gonna jump a couple of more stages, and we are closer and closer to the IPO, and that makes us really, really happy. So we still have a lot of work to do. We're gonna be busy, and stay tuned because more good news will come soon. Okay. Already we have countries that expressed interest in adopting the technology, and these are like we received delegations from Australia, India. Well, India is already, I think it surpasses my expectations. That country really understood what this project is all about, understood the solutions that SkyWay offers in terms of innovation and eco-friendliness, and everything that can bring and can bring a better air and better environment for all of us, and a safer and cheaper transportation. We also have Ireland, we have Turkey, we have many other countries. Also Australia. Australia actually it was our main supporter from the very beginning, and we were waiting for Australia to sign the first implementation contract. But surprise, surprise, India was faster, and well done, India. I think it's becoming a competition between countries very soon. Yes, basically, what I can tell you, we cannot bring this, for instance, for the London reality, we cannot probably bring the sun and the beach into London, but definitely we can build this kind of trains and transport on any terrains, any surfaces, and we can bring a better air probably, and less crowded carriages and less traffic jams, because I think these are the three major issues in London, and also in other parts of the world. I'm not saying London, I'm mentioning here on London because I'm more aware of what's happening at the moment. And actually I wanted to share with you another thing before giving Anete the chance to go through the business opportunities with SkyWay, because actually this webinar is more about business opportunities. So I just wanted kind of like a sum up. I wanted to share with you this piece of article which I came across last week actually this week I think it was, theguardian.com posted this article about London's pollution, because it's so bad, and it's actually telling the story of a person who came in London to do her PhD, and she had her first asthma attack in 10 years. And I still can remember when Khan, Mr. Khan, the mayor of London, said, well, I'm going to use all the technology available to make people aware of the high levels of pollution in London. And I actually kind of joke, Mr. Khan, when are you going to use like all the technology available to bring better air in London and better transportation? Because we as in SkyWay, we have like the solution for that too. And actually also Khan was saying that everyone from I'm actually reading, everyone from the most vulnerable to the physically fit may need to take precautions to protect themselves from the filthy air. Indeed, every time I wake up in the morning and I open the windows, I feel that filthy air, and I feel like it's something is going on, because after 3-4 years of not being sick or not having any flus, last week I suddenly became very ill, and I was not aware what's happening. I have a strong immune system. I've been like using a lot of I've been through a lot of detox and boosting my immune system. So I was fine. I went to bed like fine. I was really kind of normal, and in the morning I woke up with no voice, and I was barely able to speak, and I had runny nose and watering eyes and red eyes. So actually, after I read this article, I understood why, and I understand at the moment even more than before that basically pollution, it should be one of our biggest worries in London. I'm afraid that it became one of the biggest worries for people, and for me it is worrying what's happening and should not be left aside, and I want people to become more aware of it and kind of I don't know, participate into this project. And okay, maybe not from the business point of view, investment point of view, but also we need your moral support. We also need people to talk about SkyWay, because at the moment we are, well, as I said, we are building a brand, and we need more people to pass on the message and to talk about SkyWay and what we can do and what we can offer as a solution, a long-term solution, because this is a project for 100 years onwards. It's not like for 3 months, 3 years, 5 years. We are building a new future for all of us. So I want you to kind of understand also this side of SkyWay, not only from the investment and business point of view. Okay, however, enough for myself. I'm happy that I could talk tonight. Sorry for my hiccups. I'm still at the beginning. I still do a lot of mistakes probably. It's also because I am I am I'm not used to talk like in front of the camera. And funny enough, I used to talk in front of judges and barristers and solicitors. I had no issues at all, but I can see that I'm a little bit anxious when I have to talk in front of a camera, and especially because you can see me, but I cannot see you. So hopefully I will see you at the events, the live events, which are going to organize more often, at least once a week in London. And we are going to go also in other cities across UK. Days to be confirmed, but we are going to basically deliver the message and about SkyWay to every person that it comes in our way. So, okay, now I'm gonna leave you with Anete. She's gonna talk to you about business opportunities with SkyWay. And I wish you a very lovely evening. Thank you very much for listening to me, to us. And thank you for your support so far. Have a lovely evening, all of you. Bye-bye.
Oh, can you hear me now? Oops. Can you hear me now? Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I was saying thank you for Maddie for presentation. She gave us, I guess, a bigger picture of the challenges that we are facing on a daily basis from her personal view, and also from the organizations and newspapers where they start to pull up more and more attention towards the environment, the air pollution, the traffic accidents. That's for the last years is increasing rapidly. And as she was able to tell her personal opinion about this, what's happening, I also have come across different different frustrations, not just, about the transport. Even today, as Maddie said, it doesn't matter whether outside is summer, winter, snow, if we can call it as a snow in London, or rain. There are always problems with the transport. Even today, I stuck in London Bridge. I finished work at in office work at 3. I live in South Croydon, which is like an hour journey for me. I was at home in 2 hours time, and all the trains were in London Bridge, and they were not moving because some trees were falling down and the wind was too strong. They always have some excuses, which I still pay the same price for my ticket, but they are not able to to give the solution. So I think, as I say always, you can buy a house, and the house can be, in a bad situation, and then you want to make it nice. You're going to just put the wallpapers around it, and you think, oh, you have managed to invest in your house and make it nice and beautiful. But actually, it's not. If you don't change the whole infrastructure, what's behind it, that nothing is going to work. And there are numerous of articles where it says that the government is putting, money more and more towards the infrastructure and improving things, but they clearly say that nothing is going, nothing is improving. Everything is going, it's going down. It's going worse. And therefore, I think, I strongly believe, and that's why I'm so passionate about this SkyWay, that this is one solution that could help us, to move around the area of countries in a better and a safer and faster way. Look, the SkyWay, they even promote that SkyWay in a country can have an earthquake and the SkyWay is still going to be there. Today we had a wind. I don't know, another part of Europe, but in London we had a bit stronger wind and the trains were not working. Just as ridiculous. All right. I guess for those who don't know me, my name is Anete Martinsone, and I'm within the company for already 3 years. However, I started, the way I joined the company from beginning, it was as a passive investor. I was introduced to by my friend, who's today global director for the Europe. The global director for Global Transnet UK, Armand. He gave me this opportunity, and thanks to him, I'm here today, and I have seen, the world with different eyes. I have opened my mindset, and I have seen things that are not told us in a school. So I accidentally, would say, become as an investor, a private investor, a SkyWay shareholder, and today I'm helping the company to build a brand, to make a noise around the SkyWay here in the UK, and hopefully future I will be able to help it in Europe or globally. But I'm more responsible for the marketing side and the social media. And today I'm also helping with the webinars and organizing live conferences. Again, it's at the moment, live conferences is within the UK market, but we are looking to expand and be able to go and speak in Europe as well. Before I worked in a conference company, therefore I have expertise in sales and business management, which I can apply today here in SkyWay, our Global Transnet company. So Maddie already explained you about the technology, but since this is a business event, business webinar, I wanted to touch base as well, opportunities that we are offering today, and for those who wants to do the business with us, also to see how you can do that. So in order to even recommend to someone our company, you need to be familiar with investment opportunities, and maybe to become an investor as well, whether small or bigger. Obviously, it's up to you, with your opportunities and availability. But here there are a few examples here where you can kind of get an idea of what today investing, on how much investing today, what portfolio you can get. So if you are looking at the $1,000 then your portfolio would be with 150,000 units, which today is underestimated value before the company has gone on IPO, that your one share would cost $1. So as you can see, your portfolio from your investment of $1,000, you have a portfolio of $150,000. Imagine if one share would cost $10 or $100, or as an Apple share would cost, I think today, nearly $800. That's amazing opportunity. More you invest, more high investment is for you, cheaper share you buy today. As you can see, $250 you're investing, you buy the share for 0.01. If you invest, for example, $1,000, then you buy the share for 0.00667. For those who sees a big, kind of a big opportunity to invest $5,000, because obviously that's the mark where you are reaching portfolio of 1 million and a bit more. But you don't have, just £5,000, for example, today. We have here a monthly options where you can buy the package today. Let's say there's 5,000, but you pay out your package within the 10 months installment. So every month you would pay $500 for the next 10 months. However, for example, you pay 1 month, second month, this $500 and then suddenly, you get some money from somewhere, or, you earn the money and you have all the money to pay out your package. That's not a problem. You can do that. You can go in your back office and make the full payment for the amount that it is left. These packages are available till 8th of March. 8th of March, because as Maddie mentioned you before in our presentation, we are at the moment on the stage 8, but we officially have, we have completed the stage 8, and officially we are moving to stage 9 on 8th of March. So you still have a little bit of time for those who are still thinking, or you have new partners coming in, to manage to get this package. What I advise for those people who are still thinking, or you have people who potentially can go for this package, tell them that the deadline is 5th of March, or even let's say 1st of March, because from my personal experience, and I've heard that in different occasions as well, people are waiting for the last day. But look, guys, we are not, as I'm saying, a kindergarten. No one is going to run after you, and you can't tell us that after the deadline, oh, I missed it. I missed it by 1 minute, or I missed it by 1 hour. If you take a credit in a bank, you have your deadline, and you have to stick to your deadline, because if you don't, then they are charging you a percentage. So you won't be waiting, the last minute or the day after, and then go to bank and say, well, but I forgot. It doesn't work here. You need to be serious about this, and your partners need to be serious about it. So if you have people who always are late or trying to wait for the last minute, give them this time, give you your time, so you don't stress yourself out. Just tell them, the deadline is 5th of March if needed, or even more, 1st of March. This is what I do, and it works well, because I think the people mindset somehow is, I don't know, structured that they have to wait for the last minute. Okay. So for those who are here to know about the business opportunities, first, I guess I want also to say that this company is not employing anyone, but this company gives an opportunity to earn a passive income, or to get this residential income as well, because job stands for just over broke. And for people who still at work, I'm trying to kind of talk to them and give my personal experience, where when I moved to London 7 years ago, obviously I needed to learn English language, and I understood that I can't go, to the office and say I want to work here. So I had to go step by step to get where I want to be. And when I was working in hospitality, the night shift and, long hours, I was always dreaming about, oh my God, I want a job Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, somewhere in central London. and I was working for it. I didn't wait for someone to come, give something me on a plate. I was going for it. I had my goal, I had my dream, and I was doing everything possible. I was working 2 jobs, just to get one job was in a restaurant, another job was completed for free, just to get in an office environment. Once I got to the office, the job in the office, which was a conference company, I started learning about sales, about the marketing over the phone. Experience I learned, and I got working for them. It was great. However, after the 2 years, I got similar company approaching me and saying, well, we want you to work for us, and we're gonna give you a bit more money. So obviously for me, it's like, oh yeah, more money, let's go, let's change the job. And I went, I worked, I changed the company. I worked there for another 2 years. Even though money I earned more, I still was not able to save the money, because I didn't understand why. But looking back now, I understand, because I started to earn more, and my expenses were increasing as well, because my needs become more and more. I needed to go there, I needed to buy this. But the problem was for me that I spent more, but the money was not coming in from different places. And at some point last year in August, I was sitting in the office, and I was by my computer, and I was doing my job, and I started to think, like, is this where I want to be? Is this what I want to do? Because first, I didn't feel happy there, and the second, I didn't feel I'm adding value to myself, and I was not adding value to other people. Maybe I was adding value at some point to those people that I made business with, but also it wasn't for them; it was for their companies, and I started not to like my job, even, they paid me good and everything. I was still kind of waking up every morning on a Mondays or Fridays or Wednesdays, wherever, which part of the day. And I was like, oh, I need to go to job. But they paid me good. So why is that? Because it wasn't my dream. It was not where I want to be. And thanks to to SkyWay, which was in back of my mind, I made my decision, and I overcome my fears that I wanted something better, and I wanted to balance my lifestyle. I wanted to manage my time. I wanted to do whatever I want. I wanted to go whatever I want. I don't have to ask people if I can go and get my holidays, and now I have that. I have made my best decision in my life one of my best decisions in my life. I left my job last August. I overcome my fear, and living in London, without having a proper job, as my family sometimes says, I still could survive. And I'm not surviving, I'm living, and I'm happier than ever I've been. So you need to follow your dreams. You need to follow, what your heart is saying. And even you have people around you, maybe you have people around you saying, this is wrong, or this is, something, it's unbelievable, or not unbelievable, something, something unreal, you're dreaming someone else's dream. Don't listen to them. Listen to your inner city, your inner city, and you will find the right answers. And by doing this job, I start to understand what is, how important it is to be in contact with people, to be in the right environment, surrounded with the right people. Because before, if I was having those my friends, and my family, they not always going to look at you the way maybe someone else is looking at you. And by going to different networking events and different conferences and talking about the SkyWay, I see that the understanding about what I'm doing is completely different. And here we are talking about reward-based crowdfunding. For people who might come to you and say, oh, it's again some I don't know, a pyramid or some other structures that are there, just ask them, is there been a situation when they are going to some restaurant, having a beautiful and tasteful lunch or dinner, and then they are recommending this to someone else, and then they're receiving a 10% discount the next time you're going for the restaurant, or you're receiving some thank you or some invitation, but this person that you recommended went there to the restaurant I was eating as well. Or, for example, the banks are rewarding people who are kind of recommending them to change one bank to another bank. They are, for example, giving you, I don't know, at some point I was saying, change your bank and get £100 as a kind of as a thank you for changing the banks, or the last week I ordered a carpet cleaning company to come and clean my carpets, and at the end of the service he gave me a voucher, and he said, like, if you recommend us to another 10 people, the next time you want to clean the carpet, it's going to be for free. So the network marketing is becoming more and more popular. And as I mentioned to you, the banks are using it, the different corporate companies are using, restaurants are using, hotels are using. So why, for example, SkyWay would not be able to use it? Why suddenly it's a scam or a pyramid? Sometimes when people are saying it's a pyramid, I'm saying, well, what do you do so far? And they say, oh, I'm working for the company, and I'm doing the sales. I was like, okay, if you do the sales, so who is above you, or above me is a director or manager or whatever. And then I say, who's above him? Or there is a senior director, managing director, and above him is a CEO. And I was like, okay, and I, on the top or at the bottom, who is making more money? Obviously at the top. I was like, and who is making the less money? At the bottom. I was like, so what's that? That's a pyramid as well. So all of us actually are in a pyramid who works for the companies. But and then they start to think, and it's like, oh, but that there's different excuses. So when you put out, and you structure this kind of situation, like a picture in the situation where they are at the moment they maybe start to realize that this is something different. So we are obviously using word of mouth, because nothing. I think the social media is not as powerful as it used to be. So when people telling you, they believe in you and they trust you. So I think this is a good way how we can spread the word around, around the world, as we say. So what we can offer here for you today, you can enroll anyone and start earning from day one. And what is the good thing here? As I've been I've been involved in different network marketing companies, where for me to join the company, I have to pay, and not always, it hasn't been a small money. Always it's been over £200, £300 in order for me to start a business. Yes, the way they promote is like, if you do your own business, you need to spend thousands of pounds. But here you need to spend like £200 and then you go and do your business. And in this case, I've been network marketing where I had to sell the product. I had to prove them, why is this better or that better. Where here in a SkyWay Invest Group, you don't have to pay first if you don't want to, but you can start for day one, earning from day one. As I mentioned here before, we don't have a pyramid structures, one person, one link. So, you can have on the first line as many people as you want. You can tell everyone, hundreds of thousands of people. There is no limit. Normal network marketing companies, they have some sort of limit, how many you can have first line, how many second and third line, and how many you can downline. Here, there is no level on the first level. There is no, limit on the first level or limit on the second, third. You can go as much as you want on the left to the right and to the bottom. Okay. Unlimited earnings and potentials. As I said, people can invest from $10 and for thousands of dollars, pounds, and there is no potential. There is no limit of how much money you can earn. Again, if you're going back to our corporate companies, as I was working as well for sales business, I had my minimum and I had the maximum percentage and I had the maximum money that I could earn per month. Where then I kind of didn't have any more an interest to sell in a company, because obviously there was a captured, the commissions, and I was not able to earn more, even though I was making more for company. Product proposition. I think we have very unique product where we don't have to even we don't have to go and tell them to sell the product. You point out the problems we are facing on a daily basis, the challenges we are facing, and then you tell them we have a solution. As for McKinsey report, particularly in the European market, we can unlock. We have gap in the market worth $3.3 million USD, and that's only for the European market. What if we talk globally? That's even more. So we have here a unique product. We have no competition, and even if there is a competition like a maglev trains or a hyperloop, we still can kind of show our unique selling points for the government when we need to speak to government, that we are cost effective. Maglev train, for example, I think cost $100 million to build 1 kilometer. We need 3 to 8. That's the average from Unibike or high-speed train. And also, we are not using so much fuel as other trains are using. In fact, the Unibike and Unibus is not using fuel at all. We don't dig new roads. We don't damage the environment, so we are, environment safe. We don't have so much noise, So, we are not scaring away the animals. We have so much good things to say about the product, and especially that the biggest value, I guess, for us is that we can be built anywhere, in any terrain. So this is kind of, if you point out this, a few points, then I think the person would not be having any questions. Even today I had a presentation, and the person looked at the pictures and he said, well, what's the difference from maglev trains? They also are fast, they also are, kind of unique and innovative. But when I pointed out, these just things that I mentioned to you today, then, there is no question anymore. The person was interested and he was like, yeah, I want to know no more. And I have people who would be potentially interested. Okay. And captured audience. And captured audience means that anyone can be part of this project. I think from from day one of the person who is born to whatever 100 years old person. The only thing is like for people under 18, if the person is like, for example, 10 years old or 5 years old, you still can invest for this person, but they will be able to access this money and access to do anything about with the shares once they reach age of 18. So before 18, they are not able to do anything. So therefore, I think it's a good present for newborns, to give kind of this package, and tell them, that when you're going to be 18, this package could cost, the shares could cost a lot of money, and you can probably help out, big times for these people. So what we can offer for you today, we have 6 multiple income streams. And again, if we're going to standard network marketing companies, there's always 1 or 2 income streams. We have 6. So today, if you network, if you go to people and tell them about the project and they are interested to invest, then obviously you receive the percentage. There is a marketing plan, how you can go to your ladder, steps. What you have to do to complete 1 step, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to get certain amount of money. First level, for example, gives you 15% in cash from the attracted investment and 3.5% in shares. So if someone invests $1,000 a day, you receive 150 dollars in cash, and I think in a package you got 150,000 shares. So it's 3.5%, around 5,000 shares in your backups. In your package you would see, which obviously is the investment percentage. And then the company representation. Company representative is, for example, if you have a person or yourself that in Africa or India or somewhere else, there is an opportunity to open office, and there is a gap in the market as well, and and you think, you would love to kind of be a representative in a particular city or region, then obviously we need to see how much you have done so far, what is your level, because there is some different there are targets that we need to set for the person before we are opening office in certain cities or regions, because we need to make sure that if we open the office, that this is the right person to be there and be responsible. So basically, we need to see that you are a leader. We can trust you, and we can be we can give you the responsibilities, because obviously as a company representative in cities or regions, you would have your targets, you have tasks, so we would need for you to be completed, and then you receive your commission as well. And then project initiation. If you have a good network, if you have people that you think you can go and speak to and initiate the project, then also again there's a different partnership, different documents that we would sign with you, and the percentage that you would be receiving from this project initiation. Obviously, again there is a question, how much work you would put in this closing the deal. Is it just that you are kind of initiating the project as there is a person, please go and speak to them, do the representation, and we do all the work, or you are going and actually kind of dealing with this helping us to close the deal. And here also is from contract. So if you are bringing the investors over £100,000, then similar to project initiation, we are signing with you different agreement with different contract, and the percentage also would be set depending on how much work you would put in with this investor. Because what happened in the past, we gave for person the maximum percentage, which came in a cash and in shares, and the problem was that he gave this person, and we had to contact the person, we had to chase the person, we had to do the presentations, we needed to prepare all the documents, we had to do everything, but the person who just introduced to us, he did nothing. But because of this experience that we didn't know it could happen, we had to pay it out, obviously, everything. Okay, thank you to him, but we learn from mistakes, and today we tell people, the percentage could be up to 5% in cash and up to 2.5%, I think, in shares. So we would need to see, how much work you would love to do with us together. And then, obviously, tomorrow, if we're talking about, is the IPO. So IPO gives you, if you invest today, then after the IPO, you would be able to do some activities with your portfolio, which obviously your portfolio stands from shares. So once a company goes an IPO, you're able whether to sell your shares, or you want to sell some shares and then you want to receive the dividends. If you invest in main company today, you're investing in the main company and you are becoming a shareholder and a owner of the technology, which means that any project that happens around Europe in the future or around the world, you would be receiving the dividends once the company goes an IPO. If you're waiting for the company to be closed, the Ecotechno Park to be closed, because you're scared of the risk, which is almost zero, by the way, then you still will be able to invest, but those would be separate targeted projects. When I tell to people this particular little nuance, then they are also, no, I want to be in the main company. So you are saying you haven't signed up yet. What to do next if you haven't? So register today. Go back to the person, obviously, who invited you to this webinar, or to the person who introduced you to SkyWay project, and ask him to give you guidelines how you can do that. There is a link obviously you need to sign up on a cooperation agreement as well once you have your personal back office. Personal back office gives you an opportunity to kind of follow the news updates, see what packages are available, see how much money, what is the package that you would receive if you would pay X amount of money, and etc. So there's also, as I mentioned, you need to sign up and do the cooperation agreement and complete verification process. Why we need to run through the verification process? If, for example, a person says, well, I don't want to give you the document, I don't want to upload my passport for some security reasons or anything, then just simply tell them, well, if you go to bank and you want to receive a loan, or you want to buy a car on a credit, are they going to give you by just because you're a beautiful person and you tell your name and where you live? No, you have to provide your personal contact details. You have to you have to prove that this is you and how we can connect you and that you are legal to be here, and all that kind of security stuff. And the same is about the SkyWay. Once the shares become valuable, you would love to sell them or receive the dividends. So how you will be able to do that without verifying your account? Yeah. Or sometimes I'm telling to people, well, because today we are giving for people who support the project, we are giving away, for example, as a gift, 8 rules of private investment educational materials, and also we are kind of giving this opportunity to become a small investor by giving them, gifts, 50 shares. Then instead of so for person not to open 10 different accounts, because this could happen. They say, oh, if you're giving me 150 shares for free, why don't I open 10 another accounts? Then you would have 500 shares. So for us to be transparent company, and when we have the audit, we need to prove that every person has one account. So this is the reason how we can avoid the money laundering, by proving that you are the real person. Then obviously learn about the product, company, and a business inside and out, because you can't promote a company if you don't know what you're talking about. Develop own client base and help other partners. Obviously, expand your network, talk to people, and help other partners, because people who comes in and wants to get more information or wants to promote other people the project, they won't know so much about the company or so much inside and out as you would do. So to help them from beginning, help them to to do the presentation and get the right information. Do meetings and presentations on a regular basis. It's very important, and I learned that for myself, from my personal experience. 5 meetings a day. This is how you can learn doing the presentations. This is how you can learn to present for 1 people, 2 people, and then on the whole audience. If you don't do the presentations, you would not be able to, go and speak on a public or to right people, because once you do the presentations, you receive also the feedback and you receive also the questions, and then you can learn what to do next time different or better, or what to change. Even for me, I don't do webinars so often, so therefore I'm learning on by doing them. Attend all the trainings and conferences. That's very important, because every time we have different updates or conferences where you can meet different people, and trainings where obviously we are helping people to get where they want to be. And I'm still learning as well, by the way. As they are saying, learning and self-development every day. If you don't develop yourself every day, if you don't read books, or if you don't listen to different presentations, or you don't listen to other people, you won't be able to grow. So just put yourself out of the comfort zone sometimes, maybe, and find a way how you can develop yourself. Take responsibility. This is very important, because we don't want people to come to us. For those who didn't do the presentations and didn't tell people that information, we don't want them to come to us, oh, but someone told me this. Take responsibility of what you're saying, and be careful what you're saying. And if the person comes back to you and say, well, but you said this, then say, yes, well, that was my mistake. Maybe I need to double check, or, something, I don't know, I need to confirm that. But take responsibility of any question or answer you're giving to people. And if you don't know the answer, just tell them, I don't know. Just honestly say, I don't know, but I will find out that for you, okay? And follow the system. So for those who want to do the presentations, or the webinars, or grow the network, just follow your leaders, follow people who introduced you, or follow other people that you see the success. Don't follow the people that, don't succeed, or they haven't been where you are today. Follow those people who are above you, because those people can help you and can give you an advice. The promotions, Star Marathon is still going on till ending on 10th of March. So you still can get the silver, golden, or Rubin star by at the different prices. In a back office, you can just log in, and under your name you would see how many stars you've got and what you can exchange them for. Eco Techno Park visit. Have you? I hope you have already registered, but for those who didn't, you can go on our website and submit the request to attend this Eco Techno Park, which is on the 1st of July. So far as now that it's going to be 3 days. However, the agenda is still coming, and I believe whether the 3rd or 4th day there is going to be a conference as well, where we can where all of us can attend and speak or ask the questions to all obviously board members, which I believe will be Unitsky himself and Mr. Andrei Havrato. For those who don't know, Belarus have given us 5-day visa-free entry to the country. So there are another 80 countries. In total, there are 80 countries that have given this opportunity. For those who don't know whether you need a visa or not, just maybe after webinar, put on a Skype or go back to your sponsor and ask him about your country. For those who don't know about the new payment option, which is not new, I think, anymore, it's AdvaCash. It's very simple. It's similar to PayPal. All you have to do is just to sign up, go through the verification. Then you need to attach your card through which you can top up your back office, the back office in AdvaCash. Once you choose in your SkyWay back office the payment, which would be, for example, AdvaCash, it's I think a 0 commission. So it's easy. You just need to choose this just payment, put your login details, and they will take the money from your back office. So you need to top up your AdvaCash before you make a payment. I think very simple. Coming soon. I haven't got any update yet on the dates, but we have planned this interactive progressive training Master Profi. It's very useful for people who want to get more education, more tips about the business, about the financial part, how to become wealthy, how to present, and there are plenty of things. And I think it's a bit different it's going to be different from the Russian Master Profi that I have kind of completed to English one, because I guess in every country or if in every region it works a bit different. But follow up is going to be obviously with 4 representatives. But the most important representatives here would be, I guess, Mila and Armand. I believe you know them as well. The promo code is still the same, FEBKHNDNS. Last time, I think on Tuesday, there was confusion, but this is the promo code that is confirmed for me at the moment, and it's going to be ending by end of February. So no changes. And now that's it. Any questions? Okay, Tony, what about the passport for newborn? Basically, there are different ways how you can do that. If the baby has a passport, obviously, then upload the baby's passport, but also the mother's or father's passport, and mother's or father's the address. If the baby doesn't have a passport, then you have to upload the birth certification with mother's or dad's passport and the address where the baby is living. Saeed, this is how the company has been valued at the moment. So the company value is 400 billion at the moment, and the company has underestimated value $1 per one share, and they have given the least price so far. But the thing is, like, they didn't want to promise. We are talking about the whole infrastructure, so we are not talking about a phone or another computer. So it's not going to be less than $1. This is what they have said to us. But what can happen is that the company, before they go on IPO, they want to increase the value of the company by signing contracts with total of 100,000 kilometers. So this way we are bringing up the value for the company, and I strongly believe that it's not going to be $1, but it's going to be much more for one share. But they don't want to overpromise. They don't want to say, oh, it's going to be $10 or $100. They better say it's $1, and then obviously you have a surprise that it's even more. Can we face loss here? Because many company, like they said, they will go on IPO, but they did not go, and many people lost their money. This is there is a risk. There is still a risk, obviously, because company hasn't gone on IPO, and from 15 stages we have completed stage only 8 stages, and we are going to stage 9. However, the risk is almost zero. First, because one of the technologies is up and running already. And in July, 1st of July, we will see the Unibus, which also will be up and running and certified. Today we have India, who has signed a contract with us already with $922 million worth contracts for 3 different projects. And Abu Dhabi, Arab Emirates also have signed a contract with us, but this is not officially confirmed anywhere in social media, but it's coming from internal sources, worth 1.5 billion. If in worst case scenario, the company is not going in IPO, and the technology is not working, that's what happened. Today we have enough assets in a company, which one of them is the facility in Belarus that we have, and enough money in a company to pay out all the investors the money they have invested. So once the company goes on IPO, I think there is, I'm not sure, Said, I need to double check, but there is a certain time that once the company is on IPO, you are not able to sell your shares straight away, because then there's again a financial part of it. The company would the company's value would go down. So you would need to wait, whether it's a half year or year, until you can sell your shares. However, once a company is an IPO, you will be able to receive the dividends from all around the world. Any more questions? No? All right, guys. Thank you so much for your attention today. So what is future be? So what is future? Will it be $10 or more? It goes up. Said, I'm not sure if I understand your question. Will it be $10? Said, sorry, I don't understand your question. As I said, Said, more if we have assets in a company, for example, we have contracts signed, or for example, we have India who has the money and they are start building the the trucks. And we have, for example, Turkey, who wants to build they said they want to start building, the trucks by 2017. So before the company is going on IPO, we will have already roads built, which means the company's value, the company's asset is going up. So once the company is an IPO, we have this asset already, like we have these trucks already built, and we have more contracts, more contracts that will be more kilometers we will have, more bigger value for the company will be, and then we will be able to go an IPO, and the company would be valued more than $1. The more we build, the more our shares will go up. It's simple as that, because the value of a company goes. So no one is going to give you for transport $1. Said, I need to understand this company. Is there any order present? Saeed, you can have you joined the Skype? Are you registered already? Do you have a person who can add you to our Skype group, which is globally, and you could potentially find someone who's Urdu or Asian person, and maybe this kind of describe or just kind of explain it a bit more for you. Can you Skype Jeffrey? Okay, I will do that. Jeffrey Mashum. Okay, Jeffrey, I will do that for you, and then you can ask on a Skype group if there is someone who can, explain you maybe in your language differently. I know my language is not English is not my first language, so maybe I don't explain correctly. Any other questions, guys? Okay, I brought it down. Said, in the picture of your presentation. Okay, I will do that. Any more questions, guys? If not, I would love to say thank you for today, for your attention, and I look forward to meet you or see you in another webinars or the conferences. Okay, good night.